Inversions. What are they and why are they important? Let's get into it. If you're a beginner and you're playing chords to songs, you're probably playing them in their root position. Root position means that you're playing them in their original order. So let's say the C major chord is C, E, and G. That is the root position of the chord. We could change this up and play it as E, G, C or G, C, E. These two other versions are still the C major chord because we're still using the same three original notes, but we're just playing them in a different order. And that's what an inversion is. There's two inversions for each triad chord. So this is the root, first inversion, and then second inversion of the C major chord. So let's play Demons by Imagine Dragons, and I'll just be playing the root positions. C, G, A, F. Now that sounds pretty cool, pretty good. So there are two reasons why I'd want to use an inversion. The first reason is the practicality. When I'm playing the root position chords, I have to move my hand all the way to the G, move my hand all the way to the A, and move my whole entire hand to the F. As a pianist, you want to move your hands as little as possible. You want to minimize the amount of work you actually have to do because throughout the song, you're going to be doing a lot and you need to preserve your energy, preserve your mental capacity for these things. So moving your hands as little as possible is the most ideal. So instead of playing the C major like this, C, E, G, I'm going to move this G, this top G, down an octave and play it this way. So now when I need to play the G major chord, all I need to do is move over to B and D with my two fingers, and now I'm playing the G major chord. Next, I can move my hand to the A minor chord because it's right next to the G major chord. Then to get to the F, all I need to do here is move my pinky from the E to the F. Let's play that all together. So in this way, I'm just moving my hands as little as possible and I'm able to play it really nicely. Another reason why you want to use inversions is to evoke a different emotion. I'm going to play these chords first in the root positions and then using some inversions, and you'll hear the difference. Versus and as a pianist, you can choose what vibe you want to play. You can either use the bright chords, right, the root, or add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of a different vibe to what you're playing. I could even use a different set of inversions. With this C major, I could still play like this, then the G, just move it over. Now instead of playing the A in the root position, I could play it like that, the E down here, and then move my thumb to F. That sounds very different than the first version with the inversions. So this is the second way of playing the chords with inversions. Versus and then the root position. I'll give you one more example. The song called Car Radio by 21 Pilots has these three chords: F major, G major, A minor, back to G major. And these root chords, like playing these chords, doesn't sound that nice. But when you play the left hand like this, where you're taking the middle note, the A, playing it like that, this is an inversion. F, C, A, and then all the other chords in the same way. I'm using these top notes to sort of make a melody. It's called voice leading, where you mainly hear the higher pitched notes and you hear that melody. So let's take everything that we just learned and actually put it into practice. I want you to play the C major chord in its root position, then play all the inversions. So E, G, C, you're gonna put your thumb on E, second finger on G, pinky on C, and then G, C, E. You're gonna use 1, 3, 5. So, then go back. Then go to G and do the same thing. A, and then F. And then on a piece of paper, you're going to write all the chords with their inversion. C, E, G, E, G, C, then G, E, C. Then for the G major chord, we have G, B, D. Then the inversion is B, D, G, and D, G, B. Then we have the A minor chord, A, C, E. First inversion is C, E, A, then E, A, C. Then F major chord, we have F, A, C. First inversion is A, C, F, then C, F, A for the second inversion. Now that we can see this all visually, let's choose what we want to start with. So let's start with the second inversion. So that's E, G, C. Our next chord is G major. So we need to go to the G, B, D, but we have to move our hand to G, B, D. So instead of doing that, let's find the inversion that's closest to what we're already playing. And it looks like D, G, B is closest because we're sharing this G with the C major chord. So I'll play it like this. Now from D, G, B, we gotta play the A minor chord. Now I could choose to play the root position, but I have to move my hand too much. I don't wanna do that. Let's find the inversion of the A minor chord that is closest. I think A, E, C, the second inversion, is the best because all I need to do is move my fingers up one key to play the A minor chord. Now, let's look at the F major chord. We have to play F, A, and C, and it looks like we're playing already E, A, C, so the best option for us is to play the root position of the chord because all I need to do is move my thumb and my right hand from the E to the F. So let's play this all together. So I know that sounds like a lot of work. It is at first, but eventually you'll get really good at this. You'll just be able to just see it. You don't have to actually memorize every single inversion like GBD, BDG, and the DGB, right? You don't need to do that. I just visually see the chords that I need to play. So I know that I need to play the C major chord and also the A minor chord. So I just know instinctively, intuitively that this is the best way to do it. You'll eventually get there. It's just about playing as many songs as you can with chords and really thinking about their inversions. And eventually you'll come across basically every chord progression and every chord combination. So it's just about the practice you put in, and use this chart, use this way of thinking because it's really, really helpful. Good luck.